Hi, welcome to Ink the Book Show, where we will ink the book. I'm making my first graphic novel. My name is Ryan Connor. I'm making a graphic novel called Bonehead. This is what we're inking today. Let me show you. This is my character Bonehead. This little, it's not going to show it at this angle, is it? My little bucktooth skeleton character Bonehead. He's the star of the show. It's not in this scene, so I gotta keep that card nearby. Okay, so we are Inkin's page, which I tried all day yesterday to start this page, do a show yesterday, and I couldn't make it happen. I started one at 11 p.m. and that's why I started inking this guy. But because I intend to do this all on YouTube if I can. And yeah, I started a show last night at 11 p.m. and couldn't. I don't know, something was weird with the connection. It wasn't doing. It wasn't happening. So here's to doing it again. I think I got like 5 to 7 minutes into the show, and it just fell apart. So we're doing it today. So I've got my Winsor Newton Series 7 Klinsky Sable brush. Got my ink poured. Let's get this road on the show. Just gonna try and pop that out of my face a little bit. Okay. Get some ink on here. In Russia, in Soviet Russia, road gets on show. Okay, sorry, I was just looking something up. I'm not gonna bother sending the link out or anything. Yeah, yesterday I was supposed to be able to have a super productive day, same as today. Well, it was one of those days where like my time just kept getting sucked away from me. Everybody wants a piece of the old Ryan. But that's okay. We're alive. So it's all good. I wonder if that'll help anytime something bad happens to me. I just go, well, I'm alive, so it's good. I'm alive, so it's fun. Don't worry about it. I'm alive. And today, I now have somewhere to be at noon. It is, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not going to finish this in 2 hours. But I do want to. It would be nice if I could catch up and finish this page today and do the next page. Because this is yesterday's page. So, maybe I'll drag this out till, I don't know, 12:30 or 1 if I can. I can't drag it out too long because, but also if I work fast, that would help. Fast instead of slow. Why didn't I think of that before? Why haven't I done that on those other pages? Maybe I am going to send the link out, at least to Facebook, because people from the Facebook actually go to it once in a while. Ink the Book Show. Right now. Wait, I don't have a link yet. Dang it. So, guys, I am a wreck. No. Post. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking about I want view hours. I'm always not posting a link, but I want view hours. Well, you get them by spreading that link around, which I could ask you, please spread the link around as well, if you would be so kind, to any of these shows. Okay. So this is my book, Bonehead. This is page 12 of Bonehead. And so Bonehead is about this little bucktooth bone-headed guy. And He works at a poison factory, and he decides at the beginning of the book he's going to start getting his life together because he's kind of a screw up, slacker, goof off, and for some reason, because we get into it later in the book, for some reason, he decides he's going to get his life together. So he's just gotten a promotion at a job he used to say he hated, and now he's all gung-ho about it. And he's going to ask his girlfriend to marry him, and his buddies are all like, what's gotten into Bonehead? Well then, so anyway, he then finds out that his bosses are planning on shutting down the poison factory. So he'll be out of a job, and it's going to mess up all his plans. So Bonehead finds out that they had this secret project that they were working on, his bosses, that is. And he steals it so that they can't shut down the factory. And it gets him wrapped up in all kinds of gets him involved in this interplanetary hairy fiasco. So that's the book. It's filled with monsters, bug monsters, and devil people, and ghosts and skeletons. Now he's a skeleton, his girlfriend's a ghost, and his drinking buddy is a devil. So that's just the people in the town. But it's a fun book. And then this channel, I decided, making my first graphic novel, I'm just going to ink the whole thing on YouTube and kind of learn how to do it in front of people. And that way, anyone interested in making comics can kind of see how someone does it for the first time, I guess. Sounds like something that people might be interested in. You know, I would be. Aren't I people? Don't I get a say? I should really draw that clobbered robot here. So on the last page, this guy, Denton Crux, he's marching out of the king's castle, the king of planet Montana, who is an alien king. And they just had an argument because he wants something from the king. He wants this thing, but the king doesn't want to give it up because they need it. And so he's all bent out of shape. And they're leaving the castle, and he's like, no, we're not. He's like, stinks that we have to leave empty-handed. He goes, we're not leaving empty-handed. We're we're getting what we came for. So he picks up this rock, he marches over, and he's approached by this robot that's like, welcome to the Tower of whatever, built in whatever year, I forget. Script, there's a script around here somewhere, and he's like reciting like facts about it, and he takes the rock and bashes his robot brains in. So I should probably sketch like a slumped up robot over here. He's got like a it's kind of ring around the top of his head. He's got this ball joint for his arms. There's his claw sticking out from behind him. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we're drawing Bonehead. So you know what the scene's about, you know what the book's about, more or less. It's really kind of about being selfish. It's kind of Bonehead's problem, really. I'm having fake conversations with people in my head that won't happen. Do you ever do that? Just like run through like weird scenario. Like, I don't know. You know what I always do? I always imagine getting pulled over by the cops for something kind of asinine. Like that, like on their end, like why? No, why? And then I have to explain myself to them, like, no, don't you get it? I'm doing this because this and this and this. Like it's clearly not my fault in the scenario, but they pulled me over for something that a cop might pull me over for. I don't know. I'm like, why are you running through these weird scenarios where a cop is pulling you over for something you did? I don't know. It's just weird. Something that kind of happens a lot. It's not what's happening. Not what I'm thinking now. I don't even remember what I was thinking, but just like kind of running through kind of pointless conversations with, like, I don't know, my mom or somebody that wouldn't be worth having in real life. It wouldn't be worth the time for anyone involved. There's this robot's eye socket. Got all these wires that connect his head to his body. And then make it a little fuller of wires. Mm-hmm. Oh, I left. That's fine. Okay. And I am sleepy today. Let's see. Before I came on, I had to make this a little thicker. I don't know if it's thick enough, but it's thicker than it was. Yeah, gonna start climbing. I had his other hand around it before, but I know there's panels later where this thing was thicker, so I had to like add a lot of weight to it. It looked more like just a tree or something. So there's this orb at the top that he wants from this alien planet. So this is actually one of the bosses of the poison factory. He starts the poison factory later on. This is kind of like the start of his backstory that kind of gets told throughout the book. His name is Denton Crux. And this other guy is his like lab assistant, Horace. Oh boy, I am sleepy this morning. Let me get some. Let me grab a thing over here. Piece of candy. Sometimes that helps kind of like stimulate my brain, I feel like. If only a little bit. There's this band. There's this band from the '80s I've been listening to all morning. The Hooters. Good stuff. So I got to see my mom for the first time in forever since she got back from Mexico. We sent my parents to Mexico for like a week or something for my dad's 60th birthday. I got back like a week ago or so. I saw my dad a few days ago. I never got to see my mom. And last night she asked if I would come to dinner with them. So that was part of the reason. I was about to sit down and do a page at like 7 o'clock. I was like, that might not sound so pressing. But that was part of the reason that I didn't end up streaming yesterday. I haven't done like daily sketchbook drawing on Instagram nearly all week. I've done like 2 this week. That's terrible for me. I mean, never that bad. I have something drawn that I haven't posted, but it's not colored. That's the problem. I have at least one thing drawn. I want to do a bunch today and tomorrow if I can. I'll just post them. Tomorrow should be a pretty productive day, but that's what I thought about today and yesterday. Yesterday was not productive at all. Today, I'll get somewhere, but already it's like it's not going to be as much as I hoped either. No, there was I expected to be doing something early in the morning yesterday, but then it turned into a huge 9-hour ordeal that I wasn't anticipating. Maybe close to 10 hours. Ugh. Just ate up my whole day, pretty much. And I got home and I was just beat. I started my day at like 3:30 in the morning yesterday. So when I finally got here, I took a nap, which I know I've said before, I don't like taking naps because they always end up longer than I anticipate them being. And I don't like eating up my day like that if I can help it. Oh, I don't want that bush there. This, I don't know why I drew a bush. Because this planet's supposed to be kind of dead. That's part of the idea. Mm. Dude, I don't like these lines I'm doing. I'll fix it. Okay. Oh. This tower, man. I don't like it. I'm hoping that while I'm inking it, I can make some of these wires more appealing. So let's see what's going on. What am I thinking about these days? Today. And don't say nothing. I don't know, man. The problem is, I do this nearly every day, and I spill my head out with everything going on with me. So I kind of run out of stuff to say. With apologies. So I'm waiting on I'm waiting on a couple comics actually. One's one's like what do you call it? Crowdfunded deal that I'm waiting on. It's being fulfilled right now, so I should be getting that any time now. But I don't know. You know, they're probably doing batches every week or something. I don't know. It might be a while. But a lot of people have gotten their books already. And I'm still waiting on mine. And also, I ordered from like Barnes and Noble. I ordered another book recently with this really amazing artist, Oscar Martin, who does this book called Solo or Solo Universe or something like that. Let me see, Oscar Martin. Yeah, it's called Solo. And then the one I bought is Oscar Martin's Solo Volume 1, The Survivors of Chaos. It's very like Disney looking, like old school Disney looking. But it's like very like barbarian-y, and it's like these rat or mouse characters. I'm not sure. Like he looks like a rat. It's the main character, and it just looks like very like dystopian war world type stuff. And I just always thought his work looked amazing on Instagram, but whenever I looked into this book, I either couldn't find a decent volume, or if I found something, it was all in Spanish. And I was just like, dude, I'm gonna buy this book no matter what. I like if I can find a collection, I don't care if it's in Spanish, I want it. So I think though it's got to be a new edition or something. But I think the version I bought was an English version. I mean, it says "Survivors of Chaos" right on the cover. Come to think of it, so yeah, I think he finally put out an English edition, and then there's a volume 2 somewhere. I don't know if that's if there's an English version of that yet, but I'm really excited to get that into my collection of books and give that a look. I've been following that guy for maybe close to 3 years now, and he does like Tom and Jerry art. Like I don't know if he works on like any animation or anything, but it looks like he does like coloring books or something. Like he designs like Tom and Jerry stuff that is really really well done. And then yeah, his solo book, like I say, it looks like like classic Disney, but for adults or something. I don't think it'd be like R-rated or anything, but I'll do a review of it when I when I get it in my hands. I'm really excited. But it does look like it's kind of got maybe a little bit of gore, maybe a lot. I don't know, but it looks really good. I'll bet the story's really good too. I'm almost done with this cup of tea, so I'm gonna step into the hall for a second and hit the button to heat up a new one. Tea. Okay. Oh. So let's see real quick. I mentioned recently that I'm in two fantasy football leagues right now, even though I barely know what a football is. I like to do the fantasy football with people when they invite me. The past few years, because I just like trying to stay involved, but also talking smack with friends and family is always nice. Okay, so with my roommate, the league I'm in with my roommate, right now, I'm down. But unlike before, I am projected to win. They expect I'm winning because I guess some of his guys have already done worse than they were expected to do. It's me and my roommate up against each other this week. And then in the other league, let's see. I'm going against my dad in this one this week. And right now I am up and I am projected to win. So, good news and good news because my guys haven't gone much in that first one yet. More of his guys have been played in the past, 2 days. We'll get a better idea once my my guys play this weekend. Oh, I guess it's past 3 days. Really, I haven't. Okay, Sunday Night Football. All right. I don't know. So there's all these wires and stuff coming out of this tower. This orb that's at the top of it, it kind of like brings power to things around it. So this tower kind of has like the whole kingdom's power kind of attached to it, and that orb is kind of powering the whole kingdom. Is the thinking. Stinking thinking. Okay, brother, don't you walk away. Oh my goodness. I've just got the Hooters on my mind. Oh, terrible. Terrible name. But from what I'm listening to, they're a pretty dang good band. Apparently, they've got some heavy Christian influence in them, because which I don't remember. My dad had a couple of their albums when I was a kid, and that wasn't the kind of thing my dad would listen to. But it's weird. He must have listened to that album a lot because I remember a lot of those songs from when I was a little kid, and it's good music. And I've said before, I like when like Christian artists make good stuff because I feel like if you just kind of make watered down soft crap and label yourself like a Christian artist, I feel like that's a disservice to your faith, right? It makes it I would think, no, it definitely does. I promise. It makes people turn away a little bit, wouldn't it? Because I don't know. People respond to culture, and if they just see, oh, Christian is lame, right? Like, I don't know. I just think it's a disservice to your faith if you're faithful and you're an artist and you make a bad cartoon or you make a bad movie, like a poorly made Christian cartoon or a poorly made Christian movie or a poorly made Christian rock album, like, or like only appeals because it has morals in it, but it doesn't have any appeal or like any actual aesthetic or anything like that. I just think it's I think it's cool that they make it, or if you can make it good and have good like make your case with something that sounds good, or make your case with good product. You'll never sell anybody on bad product. I mean, people can say, I don't like to crap on VeggieTales too much because I saw appeal in VeggieTales when I was a kid, probably more so than I do now, though. But like I had no interest in Christian entertainment growing up because it was all garbage. And I don't know how Christian this band actually is, but they have a few songs that kind of speak to it, and they're good songs. That's all I'm saying. So maybe it was just a. Ooh, where does this come from? Just kind of disappears. Anyway, why did I do that? Oh, I know why I did it, because I erased like most of these chords and then didn't follow up before I came on. I drew stuff, but I didn't continue everything because I was trying to be quick about it. Stupid chords. I should have drawn nothing instead. Where I drew all this mess of wires, I should have just drawn a bath. Flies. I should have drawn nothing. I should have just wrote a story without drawing anything. Forgot what I was doing for a minute there. Let's see. Pretty sure I'm gonna put this whole leg in black, but just gonna wait and see. Oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a new camera soon. What else? Maybe some new lights. Will that solve my problems? Do you think that'll make me happy? No, it would make me happy. Another cup of tea, so let me go get that. Okay. I left the back. I mean, it's the background when you're doing this video, but usually you don't see it anyway. But I left this room a mess before I went on here. That's the first time I've done that. I usually tidy up just in case. I have another Werther's thing too. So forgive me if you hear me clacking and slurping. Also, dang it, I have to. Tomorrow's got to be the day. It's going to be the best day to try and get Etsy going. I mean, I'm not going to put anything up for sale right away. But I got to look into it. I could put some stuff up for sale right away. But I'd rather get a little more inventory of stuff. I can show you guys something. Let's see. Right. Okay. So you tell me in the comments or whatever. If I put together an Etsy, would you like this mug? Coffee! I just want to put a bunch of my sketchbook drawings on mugs and stuff. Like this one. So it's a rooster, you know. But he's like not a morning person. And then on the other side it says morning can wait. It's yellow on the inside. I like that. And then look, it's my character Bonehead, the titular character of this book. So I got a bunch of those. And here's another sketchbook drawing of this alligator monster. He's so happy to see you. Oh, there we go. So you tell me, are those things you need in your life? Also, I've been thinking about maybe putting up some of these 3x5 marker cards. Just with like random things drawn on them. I don't know. Would anyone be interested in 3x5 card drawings? And these are like heavy duty index card type things where they're on like thick card stock. So I don't know. That seemed like something people would like to have. thing is, I would like to put them in frames, but I don't know if I can find good, cheap 3x5 frames anywhere. I'm pretty certain I've looked a million times and didn't come up with a good solution. And eventually, I'll make. Well, see, what I'm thinking is that just through my Etsy or something, eventually maybe I can make like floppy comics of this as I make it, just black and white floppy comics. And there'll be about 24 pages or so. Just like break it up into issues. I don't think I'll be able to do like, I don't think I'll be able to do like a perfect 24-page comic or something. It'll be something like that. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But because this wasn't written to be issues, I didn't plan on doing that, but I think it might be nice to have something to offer to like build interest in the project. Oh, my eye! I'm not supposed to get pudding in it. Simpsons. It's 11:30. So frustrated last night because I was gonna do at least this panel on a stream last night when I came on at 11 p.m. and it was just like the connection was acting up. But it's done that to me a couple times now. I just ended it myself, but because I knew that the last couple times it was saying that it was still recording, but when I look back at the playback, it would just hold on a static blurred image and you would hear me talking but not see anything. And then eventually it would kick me out. on its own. So I was like 7 minutes in. I was like, well, this isn't going to work. This isn't entertaining. It's not good product or good output. So I was like, I'm going to end the show. And I put it on private because it's not worth watching. And I was just like, just shy of giving up when I started that stream. So when something didn't work out right, I was like, join the rest of the day. And I just went to bed. I was going to work on sketchbook drawings, but I tell you, it was such a long day. And I had to be somewhere this morning when I, like at 6:30, I had to leave the house. And with all the extra, like, because I took a nap and then I went to sleep. And I was still, like, so sleepy this morning. I mean, I'm still kind of sleepy. I think I'm coming out of it, though. When does being an artist for a living just go smooth? I wonder. Is it tomorrow? Because that would be great. It also reminds me of The Simpsons, where I don't even know who he is. He's like some professor that Mo the bartender used to have in school or something, and they're catching up. and the professor kind of just like all of a sudden reveals, like, I have cancer. I'm dying, Mo. And like, what does he say? I don't know, but later, like, he's like, oh yeah, he goes like, I wish there was something I could do to help. He goes, not unless you have a cure for cancer. Do you have a cure for cancer? Because that would be great. Poor guy. Poor fictional man. I'm sure many real men and women would agree with that sentiment. Though I've known a few people who went through cancer like this past year and beat it. And man, it makes me very happy. Like a few people. Everyone I know who had it this past year or so beat it. And like, not like they all had the same cancer either. Mark Hoppus of Blink-182. I was a huge Blink-182 fan growing up. He has cancer. I don't even know what kind of cancer. I don't know if he's stated much about it other than he was going through chemo. But apparently that's working out, and I think he's said that he's just about done with his treatments. Sounded like he was more or less out of the woods. My cousin had it. Sounds like he just beat it. I think he had. I tried to keep a little aloof on it. I didn't want to ask too many questions, but I'm pretty sure it was brain cancer, and he beat it. He was the one I was supposed to hang out with this week, but he canceled. He wasn't feeling too good, but not related. But he's doing good. I'm happy to hear. Yeah, it's like 2 years. Everyone I know who had any type of cancer, they beat it. Thank God. So in a little bit, I'm supposed to go to my parents' house because my grandmother's going to be over to visit, and so I'm going to go over there to see my grandmother. And I like to come back on later today. I don't know if chatting will be available. The chat. I don't know if it'll be available. In the past, when I've done a second stream, it was unavailable the second time. Except for when it kicked me out. When it kicked me out, I was able to come back on and do it. So there's that. But also, I don't know how long I'm going to be over there. I mean, it shouldn't be all day. Pardon me. I think this needs some black, so I think I've just been looking at what I can do with that. I think what I'm going to do is make these mountains in the background black. Yeah. That'll work. Just needs something to weigh it down, the page. This part of the page anyway. Kind of break it up. Like it'll make him stand out a little bit. Kind of separate things a smidge. Add some visual interest, because you don't want everything being one color. It's also why I'm adding these lines. Well, I gotta finish, but why I'm adding these lines on here. It adds a little bit of depth, a little visual interest, kind of separates, breaks up the picture a bit. You don't want it being too samey all the way throughout, like a coloring book. It's not a coloring book. My thing is, I want the black and whites to be able to stand alone as visually interesting before the colors get to it. Because eventually I will color this book. When I do like the floppy issue things, which I was an idea I had on this show, because it's going to be forever before this book is done because I'm trying to do it all myself. I might get somebody to do flats. It was actually something I thought of talking to my dad. I might have somebody flat all the pages. Like I might have my my roommate might be interested in doing that if I pay him like so much a page. I'll see what it's worth to him. And that'll be a great head start on colors. I'm so afraid of coloring this book. I've watched a lot of colorists. Brian Shearer, I've talked about him a bunch on this show. He digitally Let me see. Has he done a? Yeah, no. He digitally does his books like Gunship Thunder Punch. He draws them digitally, but then he colors them right away before he's done with the page. I've never seen anybody do like start to finish the whole dang page other than him. I mean, he's the only one I've seen do that. But so far anyway, I find that really impressive. Like he sketches them out. He like sketches out the layout of the page, and then like he'll do like I think 12 pages or so at a time for like thumbnail sketches, and then he goes over, does the inks, and then usually colors it right after before he calls it done, and then moves on to the next page, which I think is really cool. But I've seen him how he colors stuff a lot. I've watched a lot of Catherine Garner color Doug to Naples books on his channel back in the day. I've also watched her on her channel color stuff a little bit. And what else? There was this guy, Gabe El Taib, who works for DC. He had a channel that I still follow, but he wiped all. I don't know why he did that. I know there was no. I know he had to have done it himself, that he wiped all his content from his channel, but I don't know why. And I kept waiting. I was just always waiting for new videos to show up. I would watch him as soon as he would post them. I was learning a lot from him, and he was a he's a good guy. I mean, I see him on Instagram, but I don't watch stuff on Instagram very much. I think he does like shorter videos on Instagram, and sometimes it's like him working out or something. But I don't know if he's even been doing that lately. But Gabe, I liked your YouTube channel. Don't know why you took all your videos down, buddy. Oh, I hope he saved them or something. Honestly, I think it might have just been, you know, he was always trying to do right by his employer, DC. So he might have just, out of respect or caution or something, just politely took him down before it became a problem or something. But I know he always used to ask permission from DC if he could ink them or color stuff on his YouTube channel, and he wouldn't do it if he didn't get permission, you know. So I don't know. I really don't. Maybe he was just put off by, I don't know, the YouTube crowd or something. Maybe something happened on his channel that he just didn't like and decided he was done with it. Could be any number of things. But I did like his channel. I learned, like I say, I learned a lot from him. I would have liked to learn even more from him, but anyway, yeah, I want to color it myself, but I've never really colored anything to that capacity before, so it'll be exciting. And then his leg. Let me do that leg. I am going to throw it all to black before I think about it too much. Shouldn't do that on this page. I'm trying to twirl this brush into a point again. I'm not going to do it there because Just the angle I was holding it at was making it hard to do. I almost dropped the brush on the page. You don't want to do that. Deep. I don't know, maybe I'll go in and do some highlights in white, because I don't know how I feel about all that being black. I am going to do something with this bush, or whatever it is back there. That's got to go. It conflicts with the concept. The synapse, vitamin B12 feeds itself on a nutrient. I probably have that lyric way wrong. Some soul coughing lyric. I love soul coughing. The blink, the lid, the fight, the snap open. Whoa. Don't move the page on yourself when you're inking, is a bit of advice I'd like to take someday. Oh, I didn't finish this whole chord. Oops. Sometimes it's noon. I'll start this pen. So I'm always talking about So, especially for a guy who doesn't watch any movies, I sure talk about movies I like on these streams a lot. So I was thinking maybe I should talk about something other than movies. I don't know what though. Or shows. Some other good entertainment. I've talked about toy lines I liked as a kid growing up. I don't play video games really. The only video game, well, I like old Mario games, like Super Nintendo Marios. I'm not good at anything though. And I don't play, it's not like I play those regularly or anything. Just Crash Bandicoot's awesome. Me and my brother were big Crash Bandicoot guys. Well, I was gonna try to avoid it, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Let's see. I'm gonna play this fake theme song. If it'll let me. Let's see here. Huh? Alright, I'll be right back. There you have it. So it's noon right now. So I may get like a call or text shortly. but I'll wrap this up in the next little bit. When I'm doing wood, I like to put these like little dots and nicks in the grain. It kind of, I feel like it helps me sell it as wood. I'm gonna make the lines a bit darker and thicker on this side. This is the back. Was I talking about something before? I always talk about music too. I would talk about books. What's a book? I don't know what a book is. No. Let's see. It's a good book. I've probably talked about all the books I've read, even recently. I like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Maybe More Than the Movie, which I saw shortly after I read it. Flowers for Algernon. I reread a few years ago, maybe like 6 years ago. Maybe 5. Which I forget the ending. I mean, I know how it ends, but I don't remember reading the ending. But I know I read the whole dang book. Yeah, I really liked that though. I do recall that. Even the end, I'm pretty sure I liked because I feel like that book's got some big ideas in it, and I don't know that it was written to be a book. Was it written as a stage play and adapted to a book or something? I thought I read Flowers for Algernon. The short story, written in 1958 and first published in April 59 issue of the magazine Fantasy and Science Fiction. So it was published in a magazine as a short story originally. The one award for whatever. The novel was published in 1966. So Daniel Keyes. Okay, that's what it was. And it's a really good book. Like I say, it's been 5 or 6 years since I read it last, but it really I forget something with his mother toward the end was like it just made me think like, wow, this story really like folds out in all kinds of directions, and it's a very powerful story. I remember it being. I would say that's probably one of my favorite books, Flowers for Algernon. That one I would say is worth going back and reading again. I know I read that in like middle school or high school or something. I don't think I even read the whole thing in school. I think we read an abridged version. But yeah, when I bought the book and to reread it out of curiosity, because I didn't like. First of all, we read an abridged version. Second of all, I don't think I did all the reading. I just kind of faked it. I did that a lot in high school. Yeah, it was my freshman year we read that. And I did that a lot my freshman year, I should say. That's when I really did that. I don't think I read anything straight through in my freshman year. And so there's that one. And I reread, because we read this one in one of my high school classes too. What was his name? Kurt Vonnegut. Slaughterhouse-Five, which I like. It's kind of a conundrum of a book, if you ask me, but I like it a lot. It's kind of insane. Billy Pilgrim is unstuck in time. And you don't know if he's just mentally ill, like from like his. You don't know if his brain is just messed up from war, or if he was actually like abducted by aliens or something. But that's his account. Is he was abducted by aliens and has become unstuck in time. So he, throughout the book, we're just kind of like flipping to different parts of his life, and then you find out that's how like the alleged aliens experience time. They kind of experience different moments as it occurs to them or something. They kind of, everything is kind of seen at once, and they kind of look at moments in time as like kind of flipping through a photo album. And that's kind of what the book is. It's like we keep finding ourselves in different points of his life. Like I think we see his birth, and it says something like he's seen his birth like 14 times and his death like 12 times or something like that. And you just kind of get this like portrait of his life. And he's like a war veteran, and I don't know, it's all messed up, but it's a very interesting book. It's kind of a crazy book, but I like it. I listened to Robinson Crusoe, or Caruso, Robinson Crusoe, a couple years ago, and I thought that was all right. It's pretty all right. Not my favorite. Thought I was gonna like it more than I did, I guess. I was listening to Fahrenheit 451, which I own a physical copy of as well. But I liked the first part of the book a lot. And then it got into the next part and I didn't like it as much. from then on. But I also didn't finish the book, or I also didn't finish it. Like I got pretty far along in it, but it was weird how much I wasn't liking it after that first section. But I don't know, maybe it's worth going back and finishing. But I liked the beginning a whole lot. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I read Moby Dick, and I recall liking it, but I don't remember it at all. Also, I think I read kind of like an abridged version of that. I read it when I was a kid. I listened to The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, maybe a year or two ago. Wasn't too crazy about it. Not too exciting. Maybe it's because I read it before, and that one I did particularly recall most of what I was hearing. So that might have had something to do with it. So these letters, I've been not inking them because I want to make sure I'm consistent about it. I was about to say I was gonna just go ahead and do this one, but I don't like something about them. Something tells me it's not consistent. Not that it's like in a secret language or anything. It's just so there's not a lot of weight to it being right, but yeah, I'll just ink it. It's almost 12:30. I got about 15, 17 minutes. Then I gotta scram. But I am sincerely trying to come back later today and do another page. And then tomorrow should be a pretty wide open day for me. Thank goodness. That I need to catch up on a lot of drawing. I want to do a bunch of sketchbook stuff. I want to do pages. I want to do look into Etsy stuff. I want to look into OBS stuff. That was the other thing I was going to say earlier. So I want to look into OBS. Which I think is what I need to, have like I don't know about title cards. I think I could do that now. I mean, like little bookend things in my videos that like start and end the show or something. But you can do all kinds of fancy graphic stuff and cut to like a theme song or something, or cut to like a commercial. And now a word from our sponsor. Hi, I'm Adam Carolla. Do yourself a favor and buy a Vermont teddy bear today. It's not a beer, but these suckers are so dang cute. You'd be crazy not to. Isn't that right, Dr. Drew? Adam's opinions are his own. It's my Adam Carolla. So yeah, everybody buy a Vermont teddy bear. They're our show's sponsor. Thank you, Adam Carolla, for that advertisement, that paid advertisement. Maybe I should just record radio commercials in the meantime and just play them when I go to the bathroom. Oh, here's a word from our sponsor. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'll just have a series of ads. That'll be cool. I like that. Hi, I'm Adam Carolla. I'm going to do a bunch of Adam Carolla ones. Oh man, that's going to be so good. I've got ideas. Okay. Now it's nearly time for me to go. I gotta. Call it quits on this in a moment. But I will do my best to get back today. And regardless, whether or not, of course, unless anything decides to rear its ugly head between now and tomorrow, I intend to be putting in a lot of hours drawing tomorrow. Here's the tower out here. The guard's going, what the? Got a few more minutes here. The ink is getting gummy anyway. Okay, so here's the king of planet Montana. Okay. I'll go back into that with a. See, I don't have a point anymore. We're getting close to the point where I would normally be rinsing my brush out. It's like usually, yeah, about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's like the brush gets all gummed up, it feels like. It feels like a good point to just rinse it instead of fighting with the brush so much. Okay. I don't even know if he has any dialogue in this part. I wish I didn't make him saying something when I didn't have anything planned. But I'll come up with something. I kind of think of this king kind of as like Dumbledore. He's not in the book a tremendous amount, but he's like when he's just this kind of like perhaps naively positive king. Nothing really seems to get him down. Very well, my king. Okay, I'm gonna call it. I'll draw this character and then that'll be it. And I'll try and come back later today. Otherwise, you'll see me tomorrow. I'm gonna bring my sketchbook and pens with me when I go, so I should be able to draw some new stuff. And then I'll color them when I get home. After I do a show, if I do another show today, which I will if I can. I'll do that first. I'll do something first. How about that? Okay, let's have that ad one more time before we go. Adam? Hey, Ryan. Hi, I'm Adam Carolla. Do yourself a favor and buy a Vermont teddy bear today. They're not a beer, but still, be a man and buy a Vermont teddy bear. It's the only way to get her all in a tizzy. I don't know. I'll cook something up. Anyway. take care. That's the show. If I don't leave soon, I'm gonna get a call any moment now, going, "Where are you? Where are you? Get over here!" So yeah, I'll see you either later today or tomorrow. Hopefully both. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you. Goodbye.